I remember seeing a Barbara Walters interview back in the 80s of John Derek, who was a movie director, and his beautiful wife, Bo Derek, who was classified as a 10. In fact, she was in a movie called 10 because she was the definition, apparently, of 10. She was beautiful, but beauty fades. In fact, as Barbara Walters was interviewing John Derek, she used one of her poignant ways. She said, John, I know that you surround yourself with beautiful things, Bo, the house, the landscaping, etc. What would happen? What would you do if Bo all of a sudden had an accident or disfigured her face or something like that? And without batting an eye, John Derek says, I would have to replace her, I guess. And then the camera quickly moved and caught Bo Derek wiping a tear from her eye and then just kind of carrying on because she knew he didn't love her for her. He loved her for her looks, her body, the outside, not who she really was. It was really sad. But beauty does fade. This is what the Apostle Peter is getting at when he writes to us in 1 Peter that we're going to fade away. So he says this in 1 Peter 1:22, having purified your souls by obedience to the truth for sincere brotherly love, love one another earnestly from a pure heart. Since you've been born again, he's talking about that again, born again to a living hope, remember? Not of perishable seed, talked about that, it's imperishable, but of imperishable, through the living and abiding Word of God. For all flesh is like grass. Oh, here it is. All flesh is like grass, and all its glory like the flower of the grass. The grass withers, the flower fails, falls to the ground, but the word of the Lord remains forever. And this word is the good news, he says, that was preached to you. So Peter, he's saying, hey, it's true. Despite all the ads to make you feel young again, all the preserving of your body, the strength that you can have, all this stuff, that it won't, in the long run, it won't last. Sorry to pop your bubble, but we're all going to die. We all go the way of mankind. We're all, like Peter says, we're like a flower. Oh, such a beautiful flower. Flower. But soon you turn away and you become withered down to like crinkly, wrinkly, gravity claims you and you die. It's 100% certain that except for the Lord returning or somehow you find some portal to Narnia or maybe the Middle Earth or something, you're going to all go the way of mankind, all flesh. But there's hope. Just like our lives are like the grass or the flowers, that fade away. The thing is, we have hope because Jesus lives inside of us, and God, according to Peter, according to the whole New Testament, according to the Old Testament too, Isaiah and the prophets, they all said the same thing, that God will preserve the believer for eternity, everlasting life, abide with him forever. They all preached this, and it was preached to the people too that he was writing to now. He says this is a truth. There's an inheritance that is imperishable, unfading, uncorruptible, it's undefiled. Jesus said it like this. He goes, hey, you believe in God, and believe also in me. This is in John 14. He says, I'm going to prepare a place for you. My Father's house, there's like many mansions. I'm going to prepare a place for you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I'm coming back for you. I'm coming to get you so you can be with me forever. And the guys were like, well, we don't know where you're going. He goes, how do we know the way? Jesus is like, you've seen me, you've seen the Father. I've been with you so long. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except by me. That's what he said. So he says, man, I'm building a place for you. I'm coming back for you. Do you realize he's the greatest craftsman in the universe, the greatest carpenter in the universe, and he's preparing a place for you? I mean, what is that going to look like? Paul seems to indicate that we kind of help him build in a sense by sending on ahead some materials. He says we build with wood, hay, or stubble, or precious stones and gems and rubies. By the things that we do on this earth for the glory of God, it sends it on ahead to our account in heaven. Very interesting stuff. It's just going to be awesome and hopeful and most excellent to know that despite my outer appearance that's fading away and getting things I never had before, but now I do, we're going to go to a place that has no more sin, no more death, no more crying, no more tears, no corruption. Death is no longer. Joy is unspeakable and full of glory. There's a song that Phil Wickham wrote, and it has these words in it. There's hope beyond the suffering, joy beyond the tears, peace in every tragedy, love that conquers fear. I have found redemption in the blood of Christ. My body might be dying, but I'll always be alive. My body might be dying, but I'll always be alive. That is something you can count on.